This is what I'm afraid of, and it is what you ought to be afraid of too. Are you ready? Take his hand of blessing and his hand of protection from your life. Are you with me? Wouldn't that scare you to death? Wouldn't it scare you to death to know that I could be doing this and I could literally, by my life, just literally have God take his hand of protection from me. That I could, listen, because you understand this fear when you go like this, because I think of this often. I go like this. As a pastor, I know up front that I can't do this alone. You ready? There's no way. I can't. I won't be able to lead it right. I won't be able to lead it the way unless God comes in, steps in, and I invite him into this. What do you want me to do this week? And I have to beg him every single week, God, I want you to be a part of this, right? Because if I just get up there and say a whole bunch of words, then you come in here and nothing happens. You walk out and nothing happens. Are you right? But I do know that I know this, that if I invite God into this, right? And I say, God, if you're not a part of this, then nothing happens. God, if you don't come in and touch a heart, it ain't going to get touched. If you don't move in here, revival doesn't happen. If you don't move in here, then there's no conviction of sin. If you don't move in here, then we just walk in and we walked out, and all you did was check a box, and all you did was say a prayer, and all you did was tip God, whatever that looked like. And nothing happens unless the God of the universe comes in here. And you know what my constant fear is? Is that I do something that messes that up. And God says, you know what? I have to take my hand of protection. I take my hand of blessing. I take the Spirit of God. Because that was the warning that God gave to 7 different churches in the book of Revelation. If you do not check this, if you do not get this right, then I will literally move the Spirit of God out of your place. And that messes with me. That don't mess with you. It messes with me. I hope it messes with me. And the only reasons that it would not mess with you, okay? Here's your reasons. I'll give them to you. If you didn't think of them already, I'll help you. You ready? Like, here's your one reason. I can do ministry on my own, right? I don't need God. Hey, there's plenty of books over at the bookstore. I was about to say the Christian bookstore, but that doesn't exist anymore. There's plenty of books online. There you go. There's plenty of good Christian books online. Hey, I don't need God to do this. I'll just grab one of those, right? And I'll be able to do whatever ministry that I feel that God has called me to. He's too busy for me anyway. I'm sure he's got better things to do than to worry about this, right? You're not afraid because you don't think that you need him. Can I let you know something? You need him more than the air that you breathe. Are you with me? You need him more than the food and the water that you drink every single week. You need him more. You need him more than anything. You need him more than the most important relationship in your life. You need him more than any book that you find on a shelf. You need God more than anything. And if you don't have him in your life, you sink. You fail. You just spoke a few words out there and it went absolutely nowhere. If you do not have the power of God on your life, it should scare you to death to think that you would go into a ministry that God has called you to and think that you could do it without it. It ought to scare you to death. Does it? Because that would be a really good thermometer for you to go, I wonder if this is something that I have an issue with. And this is the thermometer. I say that out loud, and if it doesn't mess with you, then you have grown cold on God. You have messed it, and you need to we need to fall on our face before God and say, God, I am sorry for the sin of indifference. I am sorry that I ever thought that I could do your ministry my way. I am sorry that I messed up. I am sorry that I went without you. I am sorry. God, please bring the fear of God back into my heart, that I live in such a way that it would scare me to death to think that I could go without you anywhere. You with me? Wouldn't that mess with you? I hope it does. If it doesn't, man, this is where you go, God, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that I thought I could never do this without you.